Hello, welcome to my channel. Lorenzo here. I'm gonna paint a landscape. Okay. The colors I have here are titanium white, cadmium yellow, cadmium orange, cadmium red, ultramarine blue, and raw umber. I'm gonna use raw umber for a lot of water just to sketch. Okay. Let's see. First step, just with a lot of water, I'm going to establish the darker values I see here. Okay, from top to bottom, it's kind of the house, and the trees are kind of halfway from top to bottom, a little bit up. Yeah, there. Okay, now this car is here. Trees. One more tree. Okay. A little house here. More trees here. Okay, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on details. It's gonna be kind of a sketch with loose brush strokes because otherwise I'm gonna need a lot of time to spend on just on this car, the snow. We can change the light. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, the light, the sun is hitting this area. Okay, it's hitting the trees. We see a little bit of the sky. Okay, this little car. The photograph is too dark. I'm gonna just add more sunlight on this tree, these trees here, the little house. Okay. About the colors I see here, the car is just a dark red, and the house looks like a little bit greenish. Snow is always grayish, bluish. I can add more light on the snow. Okay, let's pick up just yellow and white. Okay, sky is hitting here. The sunlight here on the trees too. Okay. Okay. You can add more light just here, like sunlight and sunlight here. Okay. Now a little bit of blue, just light blue. For the snow, okay. I'm just thinking to add white on top of the yellow. see, top of the car. Okay, this car should be a little bit up. That's the top. Oh yes, a lot up. Like here. Look, it's aligned, the top is aligned with the house. That means that the house should be here. It doesn't have to be perfect on the drawing, but it helps a lot, you know, to follow the photograph. Not on every detail, but at least some proportions, and that way we keep the perspective. Okay, that's the little house. The roof of the car around here. Okay. Hello, Marina. Marina Jensen saying hi from South Africa. Okay. Let's see. Just thinking about this. Let's say the colors that we will see, you know, warm light from the sunlight. The snow, kind of bluish. About the car, yeah, I'm gonna continue just first thinking about values, okay? No, let's continue. Just with a lot of water because I just wanna be able to change the colors. One thing that happens with acrylics, if you wanna just light up a color or light up an area that's you already painted darker, you're gonna need to, find a way to clean it, or you can just repaint it with white, let it dry, and then paint with the lighter color you want. Otherwise, the acrylics is kind of transparent, and you're not gonna get a lighter color. You just paint on top of a darker one. It's like, imagine that I paint this car just dark blue, and then I'm gonna paint it white. If I put paint on top, nothing's gonna happen. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna paint it orange. I paint orange on top, nothing's gonna happen. One thing that I could do, I repaint the car maybe with the same gesso or paint that I use to prepare my canvas. Okay, in that way, I'm gonna be able to repaint that. If oils is different, obviously, because oil is thicker. You just lay down a thicker amount of paint. That's it. What about the sky? I can make it bluish. You know, when I squint out my eyes, it's basically the lighter light that I see is just the sky and these trees here. Okay, and it looks like the sky is almost white. I need to add some color there. Hello, Shaurya Sharma. Hey, I remember you. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. Hello, Victoria. Victoria is saying, Victoria Forgo or Forgo. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Hello from Hungary. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Okay, if I want to keep just the same values as the photograph, which is going to be pretty good, you know, I will keep the sky pretty light. You can change the color as we want. Okay, what I'm gonna do just to have a bit more color on my painting, I'm gonna mix just red, touch of red and a little white. Pretty light, a lot of water. Okay, I want a pinkish sky. I mean, for now, I'm not saying that I'm gonna keep it this color. It's just this color is pretty light. I can add light blue on top anytime. Okay. I need a smaller brush, and I'm gonna need to add a bit more color. I just have a little bit of color here, establish some values. This car is red. Okay, let me think. I got orange trace, a little bit of blue, white here. They're gonna paint white on top, but it's gonna be a warm light. I mean, it's gonna have this yellow. It's gonna help me with as a base color. Orange here. If I just follow the photograph, the more saturated color that you see here, that would be just the light on the trees. Yeah. I mean, it's this light here, and the light on the roof of the house. That's going to be the brightest color. It means the next saturated color, that's going to be the car. Yeah? Now the trees, I see the same orangey color on the trees. The thing is, I need to make a difference between the light on the house and the light on the trees. Yeah. Let's think which one you would make it. Let's say it orangey, brightest, more saturated. The trees or the light on the house? This light that's hitting the trees is pretty nice. Yeah. Okay. Now I need to just continue with my darker values a little bit more, and then I'm gonna continue thinking about color. Okay. Here. Darker. It's just pretty light. Just I want to be able to change the color anytime. Okay, another thing about values. I got this darker value here on the trace, darker value here. When you want to create illusion of depth, think about contrast. And for example, I'm gonna change the values here. Definitely, I'm thinking right now that this shadow below the car should be darker than the trees. That's gonna make the car just move forward. Okay, another way that would be using color. I mean, well, I could saturate the shadow, okay, and keep mute the color here, and that's gonna create the same effect. Right now, I, I don't know which one I'm gonna use. It's good to know that we have some options to create the illusion of depth. Okay, what about the color of the car? Will you change it? Like I said before, we don't see a lot of color here. The house is green. What if I just make it a little bit greenish? I'm just gonna try to add a pure green and see how it works. Maybe it works pretty nice. I don't think, but I need to do it. I don't think that a green accent there is gonna be beautiful, but now it depends on the green. It could be a bluish green, a bluish mute green. It kind of work out. It's gonna work. It's gonna work out. It's gonna work on this area. Okay. More blue. Let's see. Yeah, I like it. More blue. Okay, that would be different than adding a yellowish green. Definitely it's gonna glow more. Yellowish green is gonna glow more, but see a bit more. Okay. Okay. Now the car. Car is red, dark red. I was thinking that maybe a blue could work too. Okay, another accent that I could add, that would be light blue. Light blue. I need cerulean blue for this, but let's just this. No, it's not gonna work. Cerulean blue. Oh, hello, I'm German. Hello, Subimar. Subimar is saying hi from India. And I'm German and German, you know. Wow, this looks like it's just from it's just Germany. Okay, let's continue. I'm trying to control the amount of color I'm gonna use. Was you know, I'm thinking that I could saturate the colors a bit more, but just gonna go slowly. One thing that's pretty common when we try to saturate colors that is that we overdo it. That's something pretty common. It's just like when you draw a face and you end up with huge eyes, and you know that happens again and again. It's something like that when you try to add more and more colors. It's just like at some point, all of them it becomes more and more saturated. The good thing obviously about acrylics is that we can just paint and repaint and just wait a little bit and paint again. Adding more light here on this trace. We see the orangey light there. You know, but I have seen some trees that they kind of let's say its skin is peeled off and we see that beneath the the skin is a little bit lighter and sometimes even yellowish, like this. I'm gonna do it here, for example, something like that. Maybe that's too much, but I have seen that a few times. I'm trying it here and see if that works. Now I have another basically accent there, and the light, this light is going down to the touching the the car. The same with the shadow here. I was thinking maybe I could move the shadow up this shadow there, and that way I could add some light on the roof of the car, and just in that way it's not gonna just get confused with the light on the tree. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I'm just thinking and sharing that thought as I paint. We gotta just do that. Keep thinking what's gonna work, what's not gonna work. You know that I don't wanna. Obviously, I'm gonna copy like everything from the photograph, but I'm gonna change a little bit some colors. Like here, I'm just adding this light and the shadow there. And I was thinking maybe I can move the light a little bit up. In that way, this light is gonna just kind of bounce or change the color of the car, because the car you see that's pretty dark. But what if I just make it lighter? You know, here. Okay. No, lighter, but the thing is now the color is the same color of the trees. Okay, blue, red, blue, green. That's pretty nice. You know, I love this green, but it's just alone there. I gotta just put this color in some around maybe here or some touches over here. Echo that color. Don't leave the color alone there, unless you want a lot of contrast on that area. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want to keep what I have right now. I was planning something pretty like a sketch. Okay, I like it what I have here. This, all this is gonna go in the next 5 minutes, maybe the next half hour. I know myself. I'm gonna start adding a little bit more details here and there. I'm gonna try to keep really hard some loose strokes, loose brush strokes here and there. Okay. Now this idea about changing the color. What if I just change the color and make it blue? The car, blue, really bluish. I think I have blue and blue here. I don't think that's gonna work. Just red, just make it lighter. That's the only thing they're gonna do. I think I'm gonna make it lighter. Just the same that I did here. But I'm gonna add more brush strokes to show that the color is obviously red, but that's in shadow, and there's a little bit of bouncing light hitting the back of the car. Yeah, I was thinking about the light we see on the photograph like this. That's gonna create a nice composition too, because the light goes like this, and then goes this like this. Okay. But now I'm thinking more about something like, let's say this light hitting like this one like that, this one like that. Yeah. The car is following this light. Yeah, that's okay. That's better. When you make a change and it's about composition, just you gotta be open to change it again, okay? Because as you continue painting and the values are changing, not because maybe you want it, maybe because it's just an accident, a happy accident or whatever. You know that we are trying to copy some colors. Somebody's just trying to copy exactly the colors from the photograph. Pretty sure you're gonna get closer, but you're not gonna get the right color exactly the same, unless obviously you spend more time. But I'm speaking about kind of painting like this, like you do in a couple of hours. Let's say a la prima, a study, a practice. In that case, basically, it's kind of difficult to pretend to get the same colors, exactly the same colors. You're gonna get a lot of accidents and a little bit of knowledge on color theory that's gonna help you to take advantage of those accidents. Okay, I got this blue, red. What about this and this? Okay, I can keep this kind of grayish and add more color to the car. I can keep this bluer and knocking down the car, both with color, or maybe add more color to this area. Okay, another much color here. You know, to see the effect when you do something like this, that orange and blue, your eyes go there. That would be something pretty nice because we see in the car, and the color is just taking us to the depth, you know. Okay, if we overdo that too much, we can just lose the focal point. In this case, that's the car. That's not the only big object. I gotta wait and see if I need to knock down this blue, make it a little bit grayish, or I can push it even a little bit more saturated, but I gotta wait. Another thing I gotta just think about this is gonna be about the differences between the light that I see on the trees and the light on the house. The light on the trees, the sunlight. You know, maybe the sunlight on the trees here. I can mix orange and white, a little bit of raw umber. That means that's gonna be an orangey light, but you know that the color is not pure. Okay. And the difference that would be that the color on the trees, the bigger ones, that's gonna be pure orange and a little bit of white and a touch of orange, and definitely that's a brightest color. Okay? And you just have a difference now between more color on these trees and less color here. We cannot, okay, just pick up the same color that you painted here and put it here. Okay, there's always a difference. You gotta choose which is gonna be the best one. But what we see on the photograph, you know, it looks like the same. It's just that looks like the same. Maybe a little bit this tree, maybe a little bit brighter, but not too much. Not like something that I would say, wow, I see a difference. We need to see that these differences between the values and the colors and how the color change when it's closer to us and when it's away from us. Okay. The same happens with the shadows. There is one thing to add a darker shadow here. All this area, you see that's darker on the photograph. If you make it that dark, it's gonna pop forward. Okay, you just make it lighter. That's why at the beginning I started with, let's say, a transparent color. If I'm knocking down, I pick up what we call a milky color. It's a darker color with white. You know, just like I think we say milky color because let's say pick up coffee and add just milk, cream. Okay, and you're gonna get something like color like this, kind of knock down, gray down. Now this is gonna create depth. Okay, a mistake that sometimes we make is we think that the values are the same on trees, on mountains that we see on the horizon. The values are not the same. Okay, maybe the photograph could show us this, but pretty sure if we just, I don't know, we just could be able to see more, okay, through the camera's lens. We're gonna see there are differences, but we are not able to see them. What we use to paint when we don't see things, when we don't see all the things that are happening, we just use knowledge. Pick up any color theory book, any book about perspective, and you're gonna find information that I'm just saying. Okay, the less contrast, create depth. More contrast, make things pop forward, and that's the difference between something is going far away, something is coming forward. Okay, the same that would be, for example, for let's pick up white. If I knock down this light, okay, with white. Now which one is the brightest one? This one, yeah? Okay, this is coming forward. Okay, well, I like this yellow. Maybe I'm gonna keep it. Maybe I'm gonna paint a little bit more. Yellow just represents light. Okay. I was thinking just to add white like this on top of the yellow. It got something like more realistic, you see? It looks like the light on the snow. And even I could add even more white. But you know what? I like this. I'm gonna keep it for now. I'm just gonna try to get rid of this green. That's obviously if you got some bluish color and you add transparent yellow on top, you're gonna get some greenish color, you know. The photograph is pretty dark. Okay. I have changed this model, this car's model, you know. Oops. Hello, Michael. Hello, Tina. So I enjoy listening to you talk out your thoughts and making it your own. Thank you. I just copy the photo. You're inspiring me. Oh, that's great. Hello, Irina. From sorry, I don't know how to pronounce Dutch land. Sorry. Subimar is asking me about the size. This is like a 9 by 9 inches. The whole canvas include this area for the palette. That would be like 9 by 12. Okay. I'm just seeing from a distance, leaning back to see. I love this. Okay, and I think by accident, I got I got this green closer to this green. Yeah, and by accident, basically, I echo this color. Man, that's pretty good. Now, a yellow color for snow. Yeah, who cares? Okay, let's continue painting. Let's see. Like I said before, we gotta be open to make changes. And the thing is that when we paint, I don't know if that happens to anyone, but for me, for example, when I'm painting, I go over different stages where, the more I paint, I see more obviously of the image that I'm painting from, and I started to thinking about making changes on some areas, and I know that when I change one area, that's going to affect another area of the painting. And all of a sudden, for no reason, I mean, there's always a reason, but it could be just the sense that you feel, you're feeling that you gotta change it. I'm speaking about this painting. Maybe at the end I'm gonna add just white on top. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I just gotta be open to the changes. Why? Because we gotta every time that you sketch, you're painting. You go to paint plain air, or you planning to finish up a painting in a couple of hours. you know, painting this on plein air, wow, that would be too much, because on plein air, the light on the house, all the light is gonna change in maybe in 5-10 minutes, and you know that would be a nightmare for a painter. I mean, for me at least. Again, I'm gonna stick the painting to my easel. Okay, no. You notice that the painting, the full painting is coming forward. Something pretty common when you have an area there is some sunlight, and you see the sunlight, is that you're gonna see some cool shadows. Okay, it's not like a complete cool shadow. Remember that light bounces. Okay, and there is a rule here. Light, let's say the light is warm, the shadow is cool, and the reflected light is warm. But one thing that we gotta consider is the ambient light and all the colors or objects around what we are painting, because since the color bounces, you know, the red here is going to affect the color of this area. The color of the snow here is going to affect the color, the red. Definitely there's going to be some bluish color bouncing on this area because of the snow. Okay. Now it could be pretty subtle. You can exaggerate it if you want. Okay, another thing that I got by accident here is this window. I got it pretty light, but you see on the photograph is dark. Okay. Now, if I paint it dark, I'm gonna get dark here, dark here, dark here. I have created by accident, and that's pretty good. Happy accidents. I love happy accidents. A focal point here. Okay, and I gotta use it. I gotta keep it. I'm gonna keep the light here. Even that maybe somebody will say, but where is that the light coming from? If the sun is on the left, I don't care. The thing is that it works. Okay. Even the green that I got here, I think right now is working. Okay, right now I think it's working. Let's see in the next 20 minutes. Sometimes the more I see a color, the more I start thinking like, oh my god, that's too much, that's too much. Okay. And I start thinking about knocking the color down. Yeah, knocking the color down, that's basically gray down the color. In my head, when I think about color, I think always moving the color from the pure color, okay, the saturated color, all the way to a world where there is no color, where there is just values. And just think about that. You know, for example, this is grayish. If I get closer to the colors on my palette, I can adjust pure red. And if I think that's too much, I'm gonna gray down the red. Now, in color theory, you could use gray. You know, gray, just imagine a mixture of black and white and neutral gray to knock down any color. But when it's about painting, when it's about applying the paint on the canvas, you're gonna face some problems there, because there's gonna be some things that are gonna be different from the color theory in the books, and that has to do with the material. In this case, oil paint or acrylic, or in this case acrylic, obviously, but it has to do with the material you're using. You gotta kind of change, or even the colors you're using. Okay. When I was a student, I remember on the color theory classes, the teacher used to ask for tempera. I think tempera is gouache, gouache. Sorry, don't remember the name. And we all have the same set, same colors, just 5 colors: yellow, red, 5, 6, I think. Yellow, red. No, more. Sorry, yellow, orange, red, green, blue, brown, and black. Just that. That's all the thing that the teacher taught we need, or we should use at that time. That means that we all have the same color harmonies, let's say, in some way. Oh, just a second, I need to think a little bit here. Stepping back. Sorry, I had to stop speaking to think a little bit, because I was thinking, hey, this light is pretty bright, the green should bounce the color up. That's why I added this green here. Let's see, because another thing, that green is a really powerful color, especially that this is kind of, gray, bluish gray, and a lot of orange. Let's see if that works. Okay, I was speaking about color theory exercises. Okay, and on those exercises, there are a lot of, I remember, the ones that I remember, it was mixing all the colors with gray and creating, like, imagine a value scale. You'll have maybe a value scale with you. Imagine just a value scale, but it was just created with one color on one side. A value scale is just one side, in one end is white, and the other end is brown, is black. Sorry if I just lost. Sometimes I gotta just pay attention to the painting, and that's when I got lost in my thoughts. It came out different things from my mouth when I'm just thinking about the painting. Okay, imagine that. In one end is just white, yeah? And the other end is just black. And between white and black, there are a lot of grayish values. Now, the idea was to create the same, but in one end it was a light gray. Okay. The other end, it was a pure color, like orange, for example. Okay. And the idea, it was just think how the color moves. Okay. From being saturated to being desaturated. Okay. And how you're gonna use those colors, when you're gonna use those colors, and the more important, what harmony you're gonna create. Harmony, it means that which one are gonna be the other colors that are gonna live with those colors you're mixing. Okay, and then you do that with a lot of colors, with all the colors you got there: green, orange, blue, red. The idea is to understand that in order to create harmony, I mean, this is not absolute, It's easier when you just knock down all the colors. It's like when you lower their voices, that's gonna be easy just to, you know, just imagine a classroom full of kids that all of them are just screaming out loud. Okay, 20 kids inside the classroom screaming out loud. Now imagine another classroom with the kids just whispering. Okay, that whispering, imagine that just are just grayish colors, knocked down colors, muddy colors. That's what we call them, you know, gray down colors, muddy colors. We call them like that, dirty colors, because we don't know them. We're not able to control them yet. Eh? Some points we will. And when the colors are whispering, they just kind of stay together in harmony. When they are just, there's a lot of noise, you're not gonna be able to pay attention to some of them. It's gonna be just too much noise to try to find some harmony there. Okay. Now what about the sky? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's stop a bit. Let's think on, you know, I want to just get a loose, sketchy, you know, study here. That I just kind of just keep controlling myself about adding more and more details. I'm gonna use a bigger brush. That way, I'm not gonna be able to work on the smaller areas. Okay. No, I like it when I did some bigger brush strokes on the car. That was a pretty nice effect. Now I start adding more and more details, and I don't see that effect anymore. Okay. You know, some details, but at the same time some loose brush strokes. No, you gotta find your own way to know to, how do you say, control yourself, know yourself about what you do when you paint. sometimes we sometimes I have seen that's kind of I have seen paintings that at the beginning looks pretty good, okay, and at some point start looking cartoonish, okay, and that's when we add more and more details. We cannot stop. We think always that details are pretty important, and they are pretty important. Details are pretty important, definitely, but not to the point that it's gonna make the painting look cartoonish. If you want that, you know, that amount of detail, that's different. That means that you shouldn't paint like this in 2 hours or 3 hours. You should spend like 100 hours on the painting and trying to capture every little detail. But that's different, eh? Okay, let's go back to the bigger brush. I think this is something that I'm gonna keep doing. Just maybe find a bunch of bigger brushes. I just have this one. The other one is smaller. More blue. Here I could love to see more contrast. I got orange on the trees. That's a good opportunity to place blue. Okay, a bit more. Okay, that's good, that's good. I want to keep a little bit of the pink. I like it. Okay, now let's mix pink. I don't have more room here. It's still wet. Okay, here. Okay, okay. Hello, Monique. Thank you. Okay, too much pink, I think. Gotta go back to blue. Okay, that's better. Okay, yeah, a little bit of pink, not too much. I need a little bit of this pink here in the car. Okay, let's see, I'm squinting down my eyes, thinking about values. Okay, the darker value here, 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 here. Looks like all of them are the same. Thinking about the green. Okay, I'm gonna just knock down the green on the wheels. On the tires, wheels, tires. Wait. Okay. Okay, that's better. To blue. I need to knock down that. I think cerulean blue is better. It's not that bright. Okay. It's not like I want to get rid of the other color. I want it there. Okay, like here. It's just like I don't want them to be like too much, you know. There, we touch here. Okay. You know, I added these touches of green. I think it's too much or it's enough. I add a touch of red, knocking down the color. I continue. And I got some variety, let's say some colors, but I'm not overdoing or overusing just one color. Okay, now again, one more color. Okay. I'm knocking down this yellow a little bit. Not everywhere. Let's see what we got. You see, I knock it down a little bit. I see more of the green here. That's good. That's good. Almost done. Just bouncing the green that is here up here, just a little bit, okay? Just to, just being careful not overdoing. Do you think that's enough for today? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's it for today. Okay, that's it. Yep. Okay, thank you for being here and see you all next time. Take care. Bye.